Hi and welcome to day 2 of the 5 Days to Farewell 2018. Pleased to have you with me here on our second day together. Today's theme is all about the road bumps and the hurdles that we had to overcome in 2018. So I posted in the group earlier about how today what we're really doing is taking a bird's eye view of the year that was and the hurdles and the challenges and the road bumps that came up our way, so that we can really glean from them the lessons and what were the real gifts behind those things happening. Because I think what happens is we start out a brand new year and we have expectations and we expect things to go a certain way. And when they don't, we can sometimes feel defeated or deflated. But what we need to realize is that obstacles and challenges and road bumps, hurdles, whatever you want to call them, are always going to happen. And it's just a matter of us learning how to deal with them better and building our resilience. Pardon me. That's not going to happen overnight, but over time it will happen. So before we dive into today's it's not a live record, it's a recording. Before we dive into there today, those of you who are working along with me and you're using your oils, today I've picked out the Forgive blend and also frankincense. Forgive is the renewing blend, and I just felt that it was appropriate for what we're covering today. And frankincense being the king of oils, I just felt that it was right to give us a bit of protection, emotional protection along the way. I picked up my empty bottle of frankincense. It's always good. So we'll just do the same as we did yesterday for those using the oil. So drop into the palm of your hand, rubbing your hands together, and just taking a big deep breath. And breathing that deep down into our lungs. Deep down into the belly, and just releasing on the out breath when we're breathing out. I just find working with the oils is so centering and so grounding, and it helps us to bring an awareness into our bodies. So we're back in here, we're here in the moment, we're in the present. There's nowhere else we need to be right now. Just with the excess, I just like to rub it on the back of my neck and also my arms as well, just to use it up so I don't have oily hands. So I'm not sure about you, but if you followed along with me and you've done that, my whole physiology feels like it's changed. So just a really beautiful thing that you can do for yourself. And not just for today, but anytime that you feel that you need that bit of a pick-me-up. So heading back to today's theme, the hurdles and the challenges, I uploaded the worksheet. I had to upload it in the file section, so give me a shout if you can't find it and I'll tag you in there just so that you can work through. So today what we were doing was grabbing our journal and a piece of paper and a pen and just doing a big brain dump. Just flicking back through the year that was with all the things that we had to overcome, what we were challenged by, what just felt hard or uneasy, or what were we challenged by, and looking at it from above, like we're looking at it as an overview, not diving and delving back into the emotion that we necessarily felt at the time, just as an observer, because there's so much there for us to learn about ourselves and our behavior and our thought patterns and our behavior patterns when we just take that overview look of what's going on. So if you haven't done that already, pause me and go off and do that, and then come back to me. If you have done that, let's keep working together. So then I asked you to download the worksheet, which had a series of questions where you were to choose 3 to 5, more if you want to, less if you're not so compelled to, of those situations that you brain dumped that you were going to work with to answer a series of questions. And it was like you were looking at what your road bumps were, what were you challenged by? So what was happening at that particular time that really challenged you? Were you challenged to stand up for yourself? Were you challenged to set boundaries? Were you challenged to stay in your power, speak your truth, hold yourself accountable? What was it that was challenging for you? What hurdles did you overcome? Did you overcome standing in your power? Did you overcome some self-doubt? What did you overcome along the way? And how did you overcome them? What resources did you draw upon, or what strengths did you use at that particular time to help you move through that situation and find a way forward? How were you feeling at the time? What was going on? Were you in a negative mode, or were you positive? Could you see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you didn't quite know how to get yourself out of it? How are you feeling? And how do you feel about that situation now, looking back on it as that bird in the sky, looking over it all? How is that sitting with you now? And then what, if anything, would you do differently if you were faced with the same situation again? So this one's really key in us learning from our behaviours, from our past behaviours, knowing what we're likely to do and being able to make the changes so that we get a different outcome. Because if we keep doing the same things over and over, we're going to get the same outcomes as we have before. And then looking at what the lesson was in that for you. What did you really learn? What were the nuggets of gold that were hiding in there for you? And then the final question that I had in the worksheet was, what advice would you give to a friend if they'd come to you with this situation that you've been through? What advice would you give? Looking back now with all your wisdom and your knowledge and all the learnings that you've taken, what was really hiding in there for you? What's the little gift, the treasure that's waiting there for you to go, oh yeah, that's what that was all about. That's what that was trying to teach me. So work through those questions for 3 to 5 of these situations. If you're feeling stuck or you're having trouble disassociating yourself from an event and you need a little hand with that, please reach out and let me know and I can help you work through that. Because I know too well that when we attach too much emotion to situations, it's really difficult to make any progress and move forward. And what we're really looking at doing for you is just detaching from the emotional state. Because we are such emotion-driven human beings, if we're still holding on to the attachment, it's quite likely that another situation will present itself and we may fall into the same patterns of behaviour. However, if we can interrupt that, there's a higher chance that next time when faced with a similar situation that we'll get ourselves a different outcome. So the main things I just want you to remember today, your past does not equal your future. What's happened has happened. We can't change that. All we can do is change what we think about it, how we feel about it, what we believe. There is always a lesson in there for us. There's always something for us to take away. Even though at the time when we went through it, we've got no idea what that may have been. Upon reflection, which is what today is all about, you may actually find a hidden gem in there for yourself. So jump in, have a look, see how you go. Let me know. And just before I close off from today, I was called to pull some cards before I started today. Sorry, I'm a bit wiggly jiggly. From the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And it's just, for me, it's concreting that we're actually in the right place, doing the right work at the moment. Pardon me. So the first card I pulled, I can see that, is the Pillar of Light. Beautiful deck of cards these are. So your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So by us working through these challenges of the year that's been, we are actually clearing the way and raising our vibration for the new year and what's ahead and in store for us. So that's a really beautiful card. The second card is Get Grounded. So empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So that's what I've been doing with you guys at the start of each session, so that we're grounded in our bodies, we're in the present moment, and we're here in the now, so that we're able to do the work that needs to be done. And then the third card that was pulled was Awakening. So energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration, which I believe ties in nicely with today's work. We're clearing the way, we're making ourselves more aware of our patterns and behaviours and our responses to situations to then be able to pave the way forward and clear a new energetic space for us. So thank you for hanging out with me on day 2. I'll be back in tomorrow with day 3, and the theme of day 3 is gifts and gratitude. Fingers crossed that I will have the technology working properly tomorrow, although looks like we can't guarantee that. We're still having lots of fun with that. But thank you so much for your patience, and I really do apologise for the delay in some of the things coming through. If you need a hand with anything, you know where to find me. If otherwise, I shall see you tomorrow morning for day 3. Have a great day. See ya.